invest in yourself so we can invest in the future. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, make sure the bell notification stays lit like that. You guys know exactly when I'm going live. Welcome in, everybody. Let's fill up the room. Let's make sure we're live on X, on YouTube, on Kick, on Twitch, on all of them, right? Let's get the communities in here, everybody. Welcome in, everybody. Let's make sure that we're live on all social media platforms, which, you know, has been pretty consistent. It's been working pretty good nonstop through the OBS. So shout out to all of you guys tapping in with us. Let's go straight to XPX. We'll go straight to here. Click on XPX. Click on this one right here. Then we'll go to the X account right here to make sure that we're live. We got Captain B&B up in the place. What's up, Rainbow Slice, man? Welcome in. All right, so we are live, multiple platforms. Shout out to the whole community, all things XPX. You know, we're live on YouTube, we're live on X, we're live on Arena, we're live in the TG, we're live everywhere that you're supposed to be live, everybody. Making things shake while the markets are a little bit, you know, still consolidating, a little bit boring. But we're going to talk about that. Let's get Captain B&B up in here. Captain B&B, I'm not sure if you guys know, one of my shorts of Captain B&B, you guys better send the whole Captain B&B community to my shorts. Find the Captain B&B shorts and comment on these because they are getting a lot of exposure, everybody. That's what I've been doing. I've been working using these AI tools to freshen some things up as far as content creation. These shorts are getting a lot of like people that we've never seen before, right? So that's pretty bullish if you ask me, to be able to tap into new communities. So Captain B&B, XPX shorts, RWA shorts that I've been making, those have been just flying. Those are some good keywords. So you guys are doing something right. I'll tell you that when it comes to Captain B&B. Let's get up in here. Let's see who else is pulling up. I know this is a later show. We've been having some later shows trying to get everybody from the United States to tap into all these great things we're doing over here at XPX, but also Smart DeFi, also Feg Token, and getting some of the, like, you know, the people from the USA, once they get off of work, give them something to watch as well, right? So that's what we've been doing. We're moving things around to make sure that we're getting exposure to new people and a lot more people, right? So let's start off right here with Bitcoin price predictions. Bitcoin's back over 85K. It actually went a little bit higher. We got Profit Bear. What's up, man? Nice to see you, bro. Nice to see you, man. Very nice. Welcome in. He says, Jesus has risen. Happy Easter, Rico. Appreciate you, bro. Really do, man. Get everybody up in here. Definitely get your community up in here. And if you guys got some new news, man, anytime you guys want to come on up, then let me know. Let me know. BNB AI hack launched by BNB Chain has produced 13 winning projects. I think a lot of people need to pay attention to BNB. I've been telling everybody for a long time. A lot of people, you know, they'll keep doing their own thing and not realizing that there's going to be a shift in the meta. You know, some people, you know, you got to do it like that sometimes, but that's all good. That's all good. We're right here. Let's go. Let's refresh this. We're at 2.67 trillion. We got Profit Bear in here. We got Rainbow Slice. We got Captain B&B, the Jesus coin in here. Some great communities pulling up, everybody. That's what it's all about. It's all about the communities. It's all about everybody doing their part and stuff, right? So let's start off right here. $2.67 trillion market cap. Bitcoin's testing everybody still. But again, this is the main thing I want to show you guys. If you're zoomed out, you've literally made it through the hardest part. Your project's made it through the toughest part of the market. And it was this pullback already, right? This pullback happened. And this was the toughest part that essentially happened to everybody. It's been going on since February, everybody. Ever since we crossed this 50 moving average, we've been in a downtrend on BTC. Now, if you look right now, out of all this time we've spent, we see this 50 moving average turning green a couple times, because this 50 moving average, when the candles are above it, it turns green, and when the candles are underneath it, it turns red, to give you a kind of easier idea to be able to see, like, hey, you know, when it's trading above the green on this side of the 50 moving average, the candles, this is bullish, right? And then once it comes over here and it starts trading underneath the 50 moving average, it becomes bearish. This is the motion we have right now. And now we're seeing where it's starting to peak above the 50 moving average again. At the same time, we have a nice gap that we could fill right here. And we see the point of control also in the same section, right? So a lot of positive things. So long as we can cross that 50 moving average, we're going to see some decent price action in the market. That's kind of why the market's been, you know, very boring. A lot of people, you know, it's just been kind of choppy. We were consolidating for a while, but then eventually it just dipped a lot lower on us, right? It was consolidating for a while, consolidating, consolidating up here in the 90s, and then it just dropped so much lower on us. And then what happened? It started consolidating all over again. So we went from one boring part of the market at a higher price to a lower price and still moving very, very boring. So it's been since February an extremely boring, market with, especially with talks of tariffs and you bring the likes of mentioning recession and everybody reacts to that. You know what I've been doing? Everybody wants to react to that. You short BTC, you print a little bit, you make a little stockpile of that to the side and get ready for the markets to turn up, and you start to DCA into your favorite projects little by little. That's what I've been doing. Of course, my favorite project's XPX. Yours might be Captain BNB. Yours might be Feg Token. It might be one of these other projects out there, and we're going to give them that exposure that they deserve, those community members. But at the end of the day, this is a time that you guys can either say, hey, I know the market's in a downtrend. I'm not going to paper hand my Captain BNB. I'm not going to paper hand my Jesus coin. I'm going to hold on to it because the whole market has been in a downtrend. It's not just Jesus coin. It's not just Captain BNB. It's BTC, the rising tide that raises all the ships. So if this Mona Lisa pulls back on everybody, then the whole market pulls back, right? That's just what happens. But right now, I'm extremely excited. I appreciate the super chat, man. The president did declare that this is Holy Week, so Jesus is catching all bids. All bids. Time to keep the momentum. Rico is a realist. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for all you do. I appreciate you so much, man. And like I said, brother, anytime you guys want to come up, I don't care what the market cap is. What I care is that there's a community still behind it, because it's not like BTC's at 200K and you guys fumbled and you guys don't have a community that's, going to keep pushing this thing all the way. That's not what's going on. It's not because you want it to be a captain, what you guys see my thumbnail. I like rocking with the captain community. I think they have a lot of potential. It's not that you picked to be a captain and you didn't pick to be a dog or a cat or a hippo or whatever it might be. What it is that the markets are being pummeled, right? They're being hit. And with that downtrend, the only things that are pumping, and this is kind of what has like the psychological way of people thinking in the market changes, that the only things that pump are these new listings, right? New listing, new launches, new launches. So you have people where they become very desperate and all they're chasing are, these quick green candles that long term, most likely these projects don't have a community, right? Because they're new launches, right? And it's going to be the communities that's been 10 toes down. It's going to be the communities that have not faded, their project, that are really going to take it all the way. And I appreciate that, man. $7.77. I mean, those are very, very good numbers. And yeah, very good numbers. Appreciate it, man. We got 37 people, 3 sevens right there. I mean, I got a story. It's probably not the best story because it's a little bit gambly, playing blackjack. But it was with 3 sevens, I'll tell you that. And it was some money that I needed, Profit Bear. It worked out. I doubled down and doubled down and doubled down because I just kept getting sevens dealt to me. And if I did not double down all those time, split the sevens, it would have not worked out. So it was like I had to go. Jesus is up 100% this week. That's what I'm talking about right there. And you know what? We're going to have our ups. We're going to have our downs. But you know what? It hasn't even moved. I'm bullish on you guys. I think with like Jesus Coin and having exposure to retail and what people quote unquote call the normies and people coming in is where we take our time, Profit Bear, and we explain to them like, hey, it's not that you guys, Jesus is gonna pull through no matter what. Like honestly, that's gonna happen no matter what. It's hey, we all got our 40 days and 40 nights in the desert, right? And right now we've been going through our little session of going through the desert right now with BTC in the market, right? A little testing phase. Are you gonna bite on temptation, or are you gonna stay 10 toes down on your amazing projects that you guys got, right? So that's what it's all about. We got a bot. No, it's all good. So look, like I'm telling everybody, 50 moving average is showing us some amazing price action that we have not seen. Although it's boring right now, and you're like, oh, it's 85,000. What are you so excited? What I'm excited about is the 50 moving average. All these other times we pumped up and we did all this other stuff right here, it wasn't even. It had no merit behind it. It was nice that we were getting close to it, but we didn't break above the 50 moving average where it would show that, hey, the markets are turning around. So if you got your Jesus coin, if you got your Captain BNB, don't fade them now. Your XPX, your Gorillas, your Feg token, because you've already passed your test. You've already made it through the hard part of, the market being in a downtrend, them using words, the tariff word scaring everybody more, the recession word scaring everybody more. And exactly at the bottom, they do these games where, you could have, it's not financial advice, but to me, what it seems like is we're going to have a correction right here. And at the very least, I'm not saying it's going to go to the moon. I'm always going to be very honest with you guys. I want you guys to be able to experience your crypto, be able to enjoy it. But at the very least, I see us going back to go test these all-time highs. Do we break past it? Do we go a lot higher? That's the suspense of the market. That's the beauty of this thing that we call life, is that we don't know. We don't know. But what we do know right now, that it's looking good. It's looking good. It's not looking like, oh, we're not underneath the 50. Looks like we're going to be going a lot lower. Looks like we're going to go to previous all-time highs at 72,000. No, we're having a very smooth moving average, the 50 moving average, which I love. Very smooth moving, going like this. And it looks to me, you see this bullish movement above the 50 moving. When it gets under here, it gets all bearish. You see, we're finally breaking above this right here. At the same time, there's this. We can trade to this value profile up here. We can even go all the way higher. Where's that? 102,000. What do you know? And that's where we start proving if we want to go higher, right? Is that going to be the double top? Is that going to be where the market slows down? Is that where it's over? We'll have to judge it when we get there, 100%. But right now, if you guys can see through my John Madden Scribble Scrabble, it's looking good. It's been a long time since we've seen this kind of break. So, don't feel discouraged now. It's not because you picked a utility play. It's not because you picked a Jesus, or you picked, no. What it is that the market's been shaking and baking everybody. What's good with Duco? Can you please give me an update? I love Duco. Duco did really good for me, Nicholas. Can we get the whole Duco? I'm actually in the Duco Maxi group. I'm not sure if you are as well, Duco, but if you can send the Duco community to come and pull up, it would be good for them to pull up so we can do a Duco update when we go through all these stickers and have a little bit of fun, bro. But we're gonna check it out for you. We're gonna check it out because it was one of the early plays that I won on right before XPX went live and everything like that on Smart DeFi. But let's go ahead and keep it going. Let's start off with Smart DeFi. We got BTC. What is this? 96K. That'd be a lot more bullish back in this range. 102,000, even more bullish. And this is where we're proving that we're finally getting into that zone where it's going to make sense. Okay, you grabbed 20 million on the dip. Okay, sounds good. All right, get the Duco community up in here. Like I said, there's a Duco Maxi group, right? I know because I'm in it on X. And I was one of the first people to call Duco, like just super early. I was looking for these Solana plays. I was just knocking it out the park with money bag alerts, and Duco was one of them. So from me being one of the influencers who covered them very early on before they got very, very popular, I got invited into that group. So just get them in here. We'll check out Duco and see what's going on. But right now, let's start off right here on Smart DeFi, man. It's nice to see Feg token back over 8 mil. It's nice to see a little bit of more volume coming through Smart DeFi. But, I don't get discouraged. I'm just letting the markets do what the markets are going to do. They're going to fall on our lap. What you got to see is, like, do you have a team that's developing? Do you have a community that's there? If you have these things, there's going to be moments where it's not just all screaming. Whoa, no, there's going to be moments where you have to kind of jog in place for a second, where you got to let the markets kind of land on your lap, everybody. All right. So let's start off right here. Let's see what we got. We got shout out to the team. Of course, we got more Feg airdrops going. Make sure it's the right contract address. We got play the game to win Feg the world. Oh my God. Are you guys saying something? Oh, I remember these little, look at that. That's a lot of fun right there. It's a lot of fun, right? What else have we got? You got Blunt. That was earlier today. Shout out to Blunt doing his thing inside the TG. You got more Smart DeFi stuff coming out. Let me see. We got you heard the monkey make the trade, Feg the world, war on rugs. Whoo, that's nice. I like that. It's punchy. Feg is changing the game. The future of DeFi is here with Smart DeFi Launchpad fully audited, anti-rug, zero coding. Launch your token, stake, earn, dominate. We're not just riding the wave. We built it, everybody. We built the wave. and that's the gorillas, man. And I'm bullish on these gorillas. Been bullish on these gorillas for years. And we're gonna go over some of the stuff. Like I said, some of the stuff is getting crazy views on our shorts. We have to break this stuff down because this is bullish stuff that's at everybody's fingertips. Anybody who's launching on Smart DeFi has this utility at their fingertips. This is real world assets, RWA tokenization. Smart DeFi transform physical assets into digital tokens for seamless ownership, trade, and leverage on the blockchain, enhancing liquidity and accessibility. Secure transactions, tokenized assets enable functional ownership of real estate, art, commodities, and more. Individual and more with divided payouts via audited staking contract. Compliance. Optional KYC ensures secure token distribution, preventing misuse through third-party verification. Right now, there could be whatever RWA token you want to think that should exist in the world, or you're seeing something in the world right now, and you're like, man, this should be an RWA project. Well, you guys can come over to smartdefi.com and launch that project today. And I'm not just talking about it; I'm being about it because I launched a project with an epic team on Smart DeFi, and it's still working. We're 10 months in, still moving along. It's XPX token, everybody. And that's something that you guys have at your fingertips. This one as well. Asset backing, everybody. Smart DeFi Launchpad offers asset backing stability in crypto. Smart DeFi asset backing minimizes volatility by creating a rising minimum value that pushes towards the token market price. This innovative feature Where's this at? This innovative feature links your token baseline value to its market price, reducing risk from market fluctuation and ensuring greater security. With multi-asset backed options like ETH and USDC, Smart DeFi enhances diversification and builds a more stable, resilient investment, everybody. You guys know that we're backing XPX up with essentially BNB on every buy and sell transaction, everybody. You're being backed up by BNB. And to me, that's super bullish, everybody, because obviously it gives you that protection. It lets you, get that baseline value. But, I'm not looking at it as, obviously some people can see it as a nice little insurance and whatnot like that. But I'm looking at it as far as the technology that you're able to use. It's the lending. The lending protocol, everybody. The lending protocol is too bullish. That's a meta that has not been tapped into, and it will be tapped into. It definitely will. We see FEG token right now doing some consolidation right above $8 million market cap. It's going to be nice to see it go back over 10, back over 15, back over 20, and continue to kind of creep up and make some noise in the space because, when you break past these thresholds, everybody pays attention, right? It's just a second nature of the space. And right now we got the opportunity to delete another zero. That's always exciting when we get to do that. $50 million market cap is where FEG, really, really starts to, everybody's like, oh, whoa. And you know what? Every Smart DeFi token is going to go up. Every Smart DeFi token is going to go up. And, if you launch on Smart DeFi like XPX did, well, it's going to go up from here. That's the thing. All of this is going to go up from here. FEG token is at $8 million market cap. I'm telling you guys, if it can get back over 10, starts to creep back towards the 20, but really the $50 million market cap is where everybody's going to go, oh my God, it's going to go delete to zero. It's going to 100 million. And I don't care what project you are. You could be a gorilla. You could be a dog. You could be a cat. You can be Jesus Coin. You could be whoever you want to be in this space. You get to $100 million market cap, and people have to say that you're a $1 billion project, that you have the potential to become a $1 billion project. And we're looking at a $1 billion project right here. It's called X Pays X, everybody. XPX. This is the project that, I launched on Smart DeFi. Not only did I watch FEG token create Smart DeFi, not only did I cover it on my YouTube videos, and I'm like, man, they're really building something cool. But you know what? I went and launched a project on there with an amazing team. We got Ali, we got David, we got Marlon. We're doing our things on here as far as letting people off-ramp 70 different cryptocurrencies on multiple blockchains in 10 months. We've been doing all this stuff. And honestly, it's an amazing show of what Smart DeFi can do, letting our investors, receive passive income through the staking protocol, letting people, if they want to, on this baseline value, they could take out a loan against their XPX token. And if they take a loan out on their XPX token, all they have to do is simply off ramp it with XPX, right? Go to xpxpay.com. Our threshold is that $1 million market cap. Getting back above 1 million. It's always that psychological barrier. And then the 1.5 is that next barrier where, we essentially kind of have people go, oh, they They got it out the mud. They're gonna keep going through with everything. They're not fading this one, and it's gonna go all the way through. And I want this to happen. It's gonna happen, right? Because for many reasons, not only just for XPX, but we got to show off what Smart DeFi can do. We got to show off what a burn contract can do, what an asset backing contract can do, what a staking contract can do. And I think one of the best ways to show somebody what it can do is by, actually doing it yourself. And here we are, not only using Smart DeFi technology, letting people have a staking with passive income, lending protocol, but also providing utility to the space. We came out swinging with allowing people to off-ramp their cryptocurrency, multiple blockchains, 70 different cryptocurrencies. And now you guys don't even have to pass KYC to do this. You don't even have to pass KYC to do this. You guys can get your KYC cards, your virtual card, your physical card, or head over and pay your bills non-KYC right now with Bepe, with Shiba Inu, with Floki, whatever you want to pay it with. Come over here to crypto bill payments, and in 10 countries, you guys can pay your bills. I mean, that's extremely bullish. When you think about a project that's allowing you to make passive income through the staking platform, then allowing you to off-ramp that passive income that you made because of the baseline value always going up, and then not only off-ramp that crypto, not you don't want to be a degen, right? You need that. I need a new alternator. I need to fix my flat tire. So from the passive income of my staking, I take out a loan on my lending tool, and then I go to XPX Pay, and I load my card with that loan that I took out, a 30-day interest-free loan, and I load my XPX card, and I use it. That right there, there's an amount of value that is not being acknowledged. So when you're looking for an undervalued project, you're looking for an undervalued team, X Pays X is definitely one of them, everybody. We're allowing you to make passive income through a staking protocol, therefore letting you also off-ramp that crypto onto a card if you need to use it in the real world. That is huge amount of value, everybody. Yeah, I'm definitely shadow banned. I'm definitely. You know what's crazy, Prophet Bear? On the shorts, I almost can't even say that anymore because the shorts are just doing really good. But when it comes to the live stream and it comes to some of that, it's really been sad when it comes to the YouTube side. Now we do really good on X, but also I almost gotta say, like, hey, they want me to do shorts because when you go look at my shorts, they're getting thousands and thousands of views. It's crazy. So I've been using this new AI tool to grab all this stuff that we talk about on these live streams, Jesus Coin, whatever it might be, and it turns it into shorts. So like that, we're getting exposure no matter what. But we got to do this part of the work, so then we have an hour long of content that we can edit and turn into about 20, 30 shorts. So like that, we can make sure that the algorithm is seeing us and hearing us. And I think this month we've gotten over, let me see, let me give you the exact number so this month we got 9,700 more views than usual, and that is because of the shorts. So that's what I'm focusing on right now, making some long form content, great live streams for us, and then snipping all this stuff and using AI tools, which is the future, right? To make sure that we're getting the exposure that we need and that we deserve, everybody. But this is XPX Pay right here. I want you guys to come pull up, come tap in with us. This is a project that has an immense amount of utility and you guys can use today. And something very exciting is coming. Yes, we got the merch store coming, not just for us, but for you as well, everybody. That's what we've been telling everybody. That's what it is. This is a merch store. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Yeah. We got sorry to interrupt. Do you think Duco can hit 200 million market cap during the real bull run? It can. It definitely has the potential. It's listed on everything, right? It's listed on so many different exchanges because it was one of the first Solana plays to really do good. So, it has a lot of exposure on it. It's just that everybody's so focused on chasing the next big Solana play, the next Solana play, the next Solana play, the next Solana play. And it's like eventually everybody almost has to get rugged where eventually they find their Shiba Inu of Solana, which might be Duco, it might be Myro, it might be whatever it might be. But, until everybody's done being rugged and they want to find that solid community, that's what's going to be going down. Here we go. We got the XPX merch store coming soon. You guys don't want to miss out on that. It's going to come out swinging. It's going to look really nice. Great that the team was able to develop this in-house while we were, in consolidation in the market. We got a boring market, everybody, just testing us, sideways. This is the first time in a long time we're actually seeing something cool happen because we're breaking the 50, but it's just been boring for a while. And it's been nice for the team to be able to develop this and do this in house, and not just for us, but for the whole space. So come to xpxpay.com. I'm going to post this link. You guys can off ramp your crypto. If you plan on, making it big in cryptocurrency, if you plan on, you know, bringing it into your reality, manifesting it, you need to have a XPX crypto Visa card. I mean, it's part of the whole puzzle. Like, this is one of the pieces to your puzzle to be able to not only be financially free, but be free to spend your finances. So this is XPX right here, everybody. Let's go over to the deck screener. Let's have some fun as we normally do. And let's talk about some more cryptocurrencies. This one's been doing pretty good. I guess this one is Fitcoin. It's on that pullback. It's on that narrative. It's on that meta. But let's go to your guys' plays you guys pulled up. Let's go to Duco. Let's give you guys some exposure, and let's go to Jesus Coin as well. I think Jesus Coin, will check it out right here on Deck Screener. And then we'll go through all the tickers. You guys pulled up. We'll definitely go through this stuff right here. So here we go. $8.1 million market cap. I mean, holding very strong. We're all being tested, that's for sure. I mean, the whole market's being extremely tested. It doesn't matter if you're whatever segment you're in the cryptocurrency market, you're being tested. Even as, an influencer. Look at the views on, like, when you talk about cryptocurrency on the live stream and stuff like that, right? Every which way across, you're going to get tested sometimes. And the breakout's going to come. We're just waiting for retail to come in and gobble all this stuff up. But here we go. We got Jesus Coin. Definitely some new price action breaking out of this downtrend, right? And seeing some nice price action back into 8.1 million. It came down to a discount price of, you could have got it at 4.5 mil. I'm still holding my Jesus Coin. That wallet still is holding every single one. I'm just, I can see this project easily getting, some very high market caps as retail starts to come in more and more, everybody. So still kind of the same, this, if we move this over and we got back above this, 10 and we did something like this, that would be a lot of fun, right? And got that action. A lot of what's going on is ETH pulling us back, BNB pulling us back, BTC pulling it back. That's kind of how we got to rock, right? We got to understand, like, hey, it's not because your community is not, being a great community. It's not that people are not resonating with your spaces. It's that it's amazing how, when the space is being bearish, how it affects everybody. And you can also see, like, look at everybody doing this same little meta. You can see how the whole meta kind of moves along the same way, right? Like, Feg tokens doing it. I've seen this everywhere. This whole game meta, or like this action figure. And it's the same thing with, like, how people feel in the market. Like, honestly, BTC and this whole market has been testing everybody. So don't feel bad. It's not that your community's not rallying strong enough. It's not that, they're losing faith, in Jesus Coin or BTC. That's not what's going on. I mean, this is perfect right here. Innovators, early adopters, early majority, late majority, the laggers. I tell this, I mean, I talk about this all the time, that I keep it up here just to keep everybody on the same page. Like, do not get lost in the sauce. Right now, we're all right here. And when you're in this section right here of the innovators and early adopters, you're going to be tested. You're going to be tested so you can get this reward that's over here. So it's cool that you guys are seeing that as well, because obviously we are very, very early as far as all things cryptocurrency, all things Jesus Coin. I mean, we got Broski right here turning up right here. The Neon Carnival right here. Bro's been repping Jesus Coin for a while. I mean, and I can see where when the rally starts and retail starts to come in, there's obviously going to be a lot of people wanting to get a piece of this, right? And I was talking to Profit Bear a little bit, and I'll just put it out there again. I mean, like, and this is not being all, whatever, but somebody's going to have to do it. Somebody's going to have to tokenize the way the church operates and stuff. And, XPX does allow you guys to accept a lot of cryptocurrency. If you guys had a church that was willing to make a XPX account, I have no doubt that we can get people to donate cryptocurrency to that church. I have zero doubt. That's the thing about XPX, is it's the vehicle. It's up to people to snatch it up, to use the vehicle to make things happen. Because, with a church with a business account, I have no doubt that the very first week that we'll be able to get somebody to fill that invoice for a church that, wants to accept cryptocurrency, and that is highly marketable. Some people might see like, oh, you're trying to market. No, really, this is what's going to happen, everybody. Everything's going to have this aspect to it where, it kind of changes into the suit and tie of what's going on right now with digital currency, and that's on the table. I donate. That's what I already know that so many. I would donate as well. I mean, one, they're using our XPX portal, which is absolutely amazing. But I think it's. I mean, how cool is it? I like to think really big. Effect for Life XPX. Like, how cool is it to be one of the first companies and one of the first people also contributing in this new form and fashion that we know is not just going to be this one church. It's gonna like there will be, how there's like sister companies and stuff like that. The minute one of them take off, it's just gonna go the next one, the next one, the next one. I'll make the first donation. Okay. Yeah, and I'm telling you, I already know that, and it's crazy saying this out loud, Prophet Bear. And I don't want nobody to take it the wrong way, but it's also has to be marketable. Like, we have to think at it from the business aspect, but we have a huge tool at our fingertips. Like, I'm willing to, because I'm so excited about being able to fill these gaps or create these bridges with people. Like, either me and you, Prophet Bear, get it done with XPX and whatever church you have, because you're the one who knows, right? You're the one who has people really close to you, or somebody else will. Whether or not this will be something that's happening and churches will be having QR codes in the collection baskets, or QR codes on their website in order to receive cryptocurrency, that is not a question. That is not the question. The question is it going to be us? Is it us that makes it happen? And it's supposed to feel like, kind of like how it feels, right? Because we're the first ones doing it. But there is a reason why we cross paths, bro. I know that for a fact. The amount of resources that I have at my fingertip, and the amount of, like, I just want you guys to win. It's not. I just want you guys to win. That's it. I think that there should be a counterbalance to this space of what's going on, and I think Jesus Coin is great. I've been to your guys' spaces. I mean, I've been to some of your spaces on multiple occasions, but it's more than just that. It's more than just the spaces. It's every single body that's inside of this project and the potential that it has. There's a huge potential here that people are not seeing, and I'm not saying that you're not seeing or I'm not seeing, but there's a potential of where, like, it highlights Web 2, Web 3, where it highlights for some reason we get to shake hands and agree on some stuff, right? And it has to. That's what really excites me about this space is the ability that, hey, two people can see and bump into each other in a space, and hey, I got a space tonight at 9. Okay, what standard time is that? 9 Eastern. Yeah, but that's what's exciting to me. Like, and I don't. I'm not even a hater, everybody. I love this space so much, and I wanted to adapt. That even if somebody else was the one who did it, I mean, the more power to them. But I think the only part that would sting is that knowing that we had the opportunity to be one of the first to do it, and that's what's cool about this space right now, everybody, is that we have all these opportunities to be like, hey, we're the first Jesus coin. We're the one coming out here. We're the one who were the first ones to establish a church in the crypto verse of Twitter, aka X. And we also allowed, a lot of people. Okay, so 9 p.m. Eastern time, everybody. We got Prophet Bear having a space. If you guys can, definitely go tap in with, to me, one of the best communities in the space, everybody, and extremely undervalued. I have not sold not one of those Jesus coins, and I got it at a higher market cap because I already know that the whole church will come into crypto. There's no way the car industry is going to come in, the real estate market's going to come in, the what, and the church is going to stay out of this? No, there's no way. Governments are coming in, the church is coming in, and yes, obviously some. I don't want people thinking they're like, oh, so what they're thinking. No, it's like we want to be the vehicles that make it happen, right? We want to make sure that it's us making it happen and not somebody else, and it comes from us that's obviously doing something for the right reasons and stuff. So here we go, man. We got Jesus Coin with a lot of potential, and I think a project that highlights the future of finance also by highlighting that it's going to be a thing where people are going to pass a collection basket, or when people first walk into church, there's going to be a QR code there. It's not going to be, grandpa and grandma busting out the coin purse and putting some change in, is that's gone, everybody. And there's a huge opportunity for builders and developers like ourselves to say, hey, I want it to be done by one of our own, and I want it to be done the right way. We know that this is the future, this is the way. And what's cool is you guys also have your own card, Profit Bear. You guys, and you know what? I'll honestly go even further and do something special for you guys where that'll just be a Jesus card for you guys to be able to use that wherever you guys can. And you guys can have all the documentations to self-report, being a charity and everything like that, or being a church, and having that, which I think is it's just what's going to happen. It's exactly what's going to happen. We're either going to talk about it and build it ourselves, or a year from now we start hearing about other churches and other. And I'm sure that those churches will probably not launch something like Jesus Coin because we like the first one of its kind and stuff when it comes to the space, but something along the lines where more people will be launching some type of token or something. All right, man, that is Jesus Coin right there. Let's go to Duco next. We had another community member pull up. Shout out to the Duco community. And that's what we're going to get started right now. Discount prices on Jesus Coin. Discount prices on... It's not just... Before we switch it up, it's not just the metas that we pick. It's actually the people. Like, if you guys have seen Profit Bear, he's been pulling up nonstop for a long time. He's been pulling up for this project for a long time, and you can't fake that. So it's not just, the meta or, what it might be. It's also the people behind the project, everybody. And I invest a lot of times the people behind the project. One of the reasons I'm bullish on FEG token is, Rox has always blown me away with the utility. So, absolutely. Yeah, transparent with money, absolutely. That's what's going to happen, brother. And what's more transparent than the blockchain, right? How many times have we seen, some crazy evangelists, just wilding out? Why could they do that? Because there's no ledger to keep, everything accountable. So that's what we're going to do, everybody. Let's go to Duco next. We got Duco pulling up. I'm not sure if they're still in here. Maybe they left. Maybe they couldn't hold on. They said, oh, Rico's taking too long. I want to talk about Duco right now. It's like, hey, I want to give everybody that proper exposure. This was one of the plays that before XPX launch, I'll be honest, all these Solana plays helped me out a ton because I knew that it was a wave. If you guys can see, this is February 24. XPX didn't launch to June. So we were snatching up all kinds of Solana from the market, and a lot of other people did as well, right? So can this one come back? Absolutely. It's had some pops where like it looked like it was going to come all the way back, where it came like from 7 all the way back up to 20, 25, from down here from 7 all the way up back to 64 million. It's a good meta. It's a good narrative. This purple, dog is really good. It has a big community. Oh, you're here, Nicholas. Okay. Just making sure. Clocking your T, like everybody's saying now. You guys know that it's easy to tell, like, when you're getting old. It's crazy. I don't resonate with a lot of stuff right now. I saw like people crashing out in theaters and stuff, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm old. Like, I'm not into Minecraft or anything like that, but seeing people just act ridiculous in the theaters and like not letting nobody else is like, oh yeah, I'm old. Because when you're young, you don't care. You do all kinds of wild, dumb stuff, right? And it's like, but all that popcorn they were throwing everywhere and everything like that, I was looking at that, I was like, oh yeah, that's just hooliganess. I was like, you sound like an old man. I said, look at these hooligans. look at all these hooligans. I was like, oh yeah, buddy. Oh yeah. You don't like all that stuff, right? So right here, it's only a matter of when, everybody. That's really what it comes down to. It's only a matter of when. Liking Duco with the shades, not gonna lie, that looks pretty fly. Let's scroll down, let's catch up to Duco. Let's get the Duco. We gotta get the Duco community to start pulling up, Nicholas. That's what it's gonna take, bro. Honestly, a lot of times you see activity of the community go down, and you see activity of the chart go down. We need everybody together to make some noise, man. We need everybody together to make some noise. So let's get the community to pull right back up. This is what I'm saying. Like, there's some nice buys that come right back into Duco sometimes. 5K buy. Those are nice, man. Those are nice to turn on.
Who fucking cares about $40 dude? That's
at a crazy discount, though. And you can see it doesn't matter like what you are a part of. It's like everybody's being tested, right? And I think this is a great project. I think it's a great community. They're one of the first Solana plays to kind of send. They're listed on all kinds of exchanges. We could have one of these instances where a lot of things do what Floki did. A lot of things do what what Shiba Inu did. After everybody's done being rugged, eventually they're gonna have to come back to wherever the strongest community is. But here we go, man. A project that went all the way up to 74 million, down $2 million market cap. I mean, we got more upside potential than anything. That's what's on the table right now. And if we can break $10 million market cap, you can see how wild this is actually. Like how they all match up. Like you can see this area right here, here, here. And when we lost that, that's why it went lower. And the same thing when it got tested. This is when it first rallied up. Since back here, I was noticing when these plays went to 10 million that you can print off of them. Because here it goes starting off and went to 10 million and then came back. And when it broke $10 million market cap, it sent so much higher. That's my ultimate goal. Like, obviously, I want to send XPX into like, hundreds and hundreds and billions of market cap. But my first step is getting it past $10 million market cap. We got to do that together because I don't care what it is. It could be a dog, it could be a gorilla, it could be a cat. When it breaks $10 million market cap, we've seen it time and time again where it pumps through. It just pumps really through. And we also seen when it loses $10 million market cap, it gets a little bit bearish. That's kind of like how the meme coins tend to work, everybody. That's how they tend to work, everybody. So we covered Duco. We covered Jesus Coin. What else are you guys buying today? What are you guys buying? Let me see. Let's check out this prize one that we talked about. Chart is still pretty healthy on this one. We got a Disney meta going on. Disney Plus, everybody. Probably some stuff in the news, right? Some people crying about something. We got Bitcoin printer. Looks like a decent play. Has all that stuff. Would I hold it forever? Probably not. Because it has the recipe. You guys see the volume bot. You guys see everything turned on. So we don't know how long it's gonna last, but it should have some kind of life into it. Here goes that. We're gonna go through all these plays right now. We're gonna see if we can find something. I think I could show this. I'm not sure. This is AI, so it's not real YouTube. This is fake, everybody. But this is a meta going on right now, and it's sitting at 270K market cap. You guys created this meta inside of this space. This is AI. This is not real. This is the meta that Solana has created on this side. Instead of buying Duco, they're over here buying this stuff. Let's check on all of these. Here goes this one, finding that support. You guys can see 10 million is always that market cap that things are talking about. Then that breakout, pretty bullish if you guys ask me, because I don't think those metas are going to fade anytime soon. They're kind of wild, honestly. I don't own none of these, obviously, because I think they're a little bit too wild, and I don't know how long they're going to last, but some of them is just kind of how the space navigates everybody. It's kind of interesting. This is something that I think is more safer to play with, something a little bit more long term, and that's what I like. I like to find a community, and this is. See you later. See you later, Profit Bear. So right here we got Captain BNB, and all of these BNB plays I've been telling you guys about, because when the markets turn around all the way, we see BTC fully bullish, we see everything, going in the right direction. This is where I can see, the overall market and the BNB rising, and some of these plays that you had an opportunity on to go a lot higher, everybody. To go a lot higher. So this is Captain BNB, and the shorts are doing great on this. Rimbo Slice, have the whole Captain BNB community pull up to those shorts, because they are getting a lot of views. You guys must be a keyword or something special going on. Let's see what we got going on. Let's see what we got going on. We got fantastic news. Yesterday, 4.meme bought 25 BNB and burned 4.6% of the total. What? This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about right here. I'm trying to give you guys the alpha. They're doing crazy stuff, everybody. They're doing crazy stuff. This is what I'm bullish on. So check this out. Yesterday, 4.meme bought 25 BNB and burned 4.6% of the total supply of Captain BNB. These tokens have been accrued since our inception and will never re-enter circulation, making our token more scarce and valuable over the long term. The even better news, There's still roughly 5% more Captain BNB set to be burned at 88 BNB in buybacks queued up to happen any day now. That's my lucky number too. Huge thanks to 4.meme for always having the best interests of projects launched on their platform in mind. That is pretty bullish right there. That is pretty bullish. We could probably get Rocks to post some of the stuff that they did, right? Some of the buybacks that Smart DeFi did for us, right? Like and publish some of that because I mean some pretty decent buys if you ask me. So pretty cool marketing tool right here. I like this. I think this is very powerful. And again, I mean, just shows you guys there are some meme coins out here getting some serious exposure. We know that 4.meme is getting a lot of love from the Binance chain. So I could see this probably being one of the next projects that get listed on Binance, everybody. Some people might say, hey, it's not the same thing. It's not, listing on Binance is not nothing. A lot of exchanges is not a big deal. Listing on Binance is a big deal. Even though I know we've seen the charts not like pump these charts, like Mubarak did not pump or none of these things. But eventually when the liquidity comes back in, it will pump these projects. Like they will go up. They will see a lot of liquidity. Binance is the biggest exchange. So we will see more and more people, have exposure to Captain BNB as people flock to BNB, especially as regulations lighten up around the Binance Smart Chain. So Captain BNB getting a lot of love from 4.meme, and 4.meme gets a lot of love from the Binance chain. Everybody, let's go. Let's see what else we got right here. Banana S31, another one right here. If you can get any of these and just set it and forget it, you're good to go. Banana S31, this one is super bullish. I'm giving you guys the hottest meme coins because I know you guys are looking for meme coins right now. Obviously, we're on the BNB chain, but I'm giving you guys some serious options to consider as far as projects that get exposure from the Binance Smart Chain right here. Thanks for the incentive. Banana keep building. BNB chain, hooking up the Banana S31 token with 100K in liquidity. So pretty bullish if you guys ask me. Let's get the BNB chain to get some XPX and get some FEG token. That'd be extremely bullish. But this is the Banana S31. Let's see what else we got for. Let's go to Mubarak. 25 mil. I think this is the floor for this one right here. This is about where it just curls and, everybody was shaking now. People lost their conviction. And then next thing you know, it starts to pump up again. And now it's not the same. And now they're missing out. And, that's what happens, everybody. It's part of this market. This is Mubarak. I'm still very bullish on this one. It's had its pump. It's definitely having its pullback right now. But I would not sleep on this play because being listed on Binance and the price going down is just wild. It doesn't make sense, everybody. So, this is giving everybody those opportunities that people will be like, I remember when I seen it at 25 mil. I remember seeing XPX at 600K market cap. Captain BNB at 3.6 at $4 million market cap. FEG token at $8 million market cap. Because when BTC goes back over 100K and the markets are pumping and you got BNB back over 700 and everybody's all excited again, all of these projects are going to be higher than whatever floor they set. It's up to us to hold the floor to whatever floor we hold till we go higher. Let's check on Arrowbud. How's Arrowbud been doing? 6.1. They're holding strong. Doing really good. Doing really good. The Arrowbud. Just checking these kind of fast for everybody, seeing what communities pull up. We had this fill was a kind of a money bag alert. Could be something to keep an eye on. This Binance mascot might have some potential. It's trending number 28 if it can continue to push. Right here. This is another play right here. Probably people are like, oh, no, I want to get rugged. Why do you keep giving me these solid plays? It's like, all right, you're going to want some of these solid plays. This is one of those solid plays right here. Chain Talk Daily, $2.3 million market cap. Some decent low discount market cap plays right now is what I'm handing out right now for everybody. See where ITMT is at? 934, okay. Where's Buckazoid at? 2.4 million. This one's a sleeper right here. Arena's probably one of the biggest money baggers alert right next to XPX. Oh, here goes at 12.2. Don't let it pass you guys up. I'm telling you, this right here is probably one of the biggest. Look at this guy, already at 107 today. Not as high as that one day. We'll see. But what's nice about this, it literally shows you the level of exposure. I saw a chef in the kitchen. I mean, it must have been a fancy kitchen, and it was just like he was cooking. And now we get to have exposure to all these people that we would have never had exposure to before, because people are streaming to make money. It's up to us to get their attention, everybody. It's, hey, first stream. Here you go. Look, we got the ladies in here. We got the ladies gaming. We got the gamer chick. You guys ain't ready for the gamer chick to come in here and buy some XPX. The gamer chick to buy some fake token. Look at this. This is it right here. I've been telling everybody. I think this is, what is it called? Like V game. I'm almost going to start doing that and just start streaming in the afternoon. I got to give like, what? Okay, I don't know if I could do that, guys. Whoa, this is 14 hours she's been streaming. she, I got a bunch of things I could say, but did she go? Putting in overtime. How do you? We're gonna see. We're gonna see. I don't know if I could do that many hours, but we're gonna find a game that I can own. Let me see the keyboard. How's she playing? Because I used to play with the sticks, you know, but I could definitely own like that. It would be harder on a PC, but if I had a controller, oh, maybe I can just get a controller for my computer. It's been a while since I game, but any kind of shooting game. I mean, if it's going to get us some exposure to some other new people, I mean, it's pretty bullish. You know, play some of these games and people are watching the games and then literally you're making AVAX, but you can tell them about Feg Token, you can tell them about XPX. That's pretty amazing, everybody. It's pretty amazing. This is going to be huge right here. This whole thing is going to be really, really big. So buy, not financial advice, but you guys can load up on this right here at a crazy discount, the Arena. If you can hold this for 5, 10 years, I know it sounds like maybe an eternity, but this thing's going to cruise at some crazy market caps that will probably never get to see these prices ever again, because I think that this is the future of social fi apps altogether, and it's like the beginning stages of, you know, Facebook and everything. So don't miss out on that. Same thing with, you know, XPX is right here. This is the beginning stages of letting people off ramp their cryptocurrency, letting people, you know, take out a loan against their crypto, off ramping into a Visa card, spend it in the real world. This is part of the pillars that we need for the future of finance, and we're building that today, everybody. So I want you guys to definitely tap in with all the projects that I mentioned. We'll keep the stream kind of short. Again, we're still consolidating. We got bullish momentum, although I'm more bullish than bearish. We've been in a downtrend for a while. What we're waiting for is this clear break above this 50 moving average, and we're having some of that action happen, right? So it's just to have this continuation and fill this gap and kind of go up to this upper value range and to the point of control. And that's a $96,000 Bitcoin. That's going to be a lot more bullish. That's going to be a lot more bullish in the market. So we're just about there. You know, get the last Z's that you need to get if you need to rest up a little bit more, because it's about to get all kind of exciting all over again. And, you know, where the markets are pumping, there's products and services flying off the shelf. And you're going to wish that in this downtime that you were developing. Again, yesterday I was testing out more pay utilities. So we're almost done with the merch store. We're getting really close to that. And yesterday, again, I was testing out more, you know, pay utilities. Obviously, there's another one that goes right here, everybody. You guys are going to be seeing the launch of that as well coming very, very soon. And we're going to keep developing the future of, you know, off-ramp solutions and payments for the future of cryptocurrency. Just like this SocialFi app is going to be the future of people earning. You're going to get some iShow speeds on here, some Kai Sanats, some people going viral and people on Arena. And it's our job to tap into this new space and make sure that we not only get a piece of the AVAX and the Arena token, but we do our job to tap into these new community members that we can reach on this new platform, because we're basically we're at the ground level right now. Like, we should get the gorillas over here. XPX is already doing their thing over here. Shout out to, you know, TK doing his thing on Arena. But this is how we get exposure to a whole new demographic, a whole new group of people that maybe we would have never got exposure to on X. Everybody on Arena is warm leads to cryptocurrency. Nobody is on Arena and does not know about cryptocurrency. There are people on X right now that don't care about cryptocurrency, right? This is all people that are one step closer to buying your project. So shout out to everybody tapping in on Arena. I appreciate you guys for pulling up. This is episode 201 of Show Me Your Gems. If you guys got a project that you guys want to see up here, a featured project, let me know. Talk to your devs. Tell them to DM me so we can get them up here and let their communities know, like, hey, they're being heard and they're on, the Show Me Your Gems episode, everybody. But right now, we're getting it out the mud. Captain BNB, we're getting it out the mud. Feg Token, we're getting it out the mud. XPX, we got to get it out the mud. And it's going to be a lot easier once this BTC continues to rally. Once we get into this upper valley range, it's going to be looking really, really good, everybody. We're almost there. You basically are. We're already there. We already went through the hard part. We're basically just about to take it a little bit higher, everybody, on this daily chart, and we're going to see bears start to kind of suffer a little bit. So long as we can get above this 50 moving average, which on the daily we are finally after so long. On the weekly, this was just a dip, everybody. On the weekly chart, you look like you're overreacting, that you can't even handle one little dip on the weekly chart. And that's why it's just time to, build and work on your project, because this was just a dip in the market before it has a continuation. And we see BTC break 120. You're going to see the excitement come right back into the market. So make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate you guys pulling up. If you guys can't do that, continue to come back and experience the abundance of money with me. Until next time, you guys know what it is. We're almost there, everybody. We're almost there. We're almost out of the boring part. I think May will be that moment, everybody. May. We'll get some quantitative easy going on, and that usually ignites the market. So just get ready for that. You're going to wish you snatched up everything that you could snatch up. Maybe Solana for your Solana meme coins, maybe BNB for your BNB plays, maybe just BTC because it's going to be a lot higher from where it's at right now. So long as everything continues on this path right now, we're ready to break out. So you guys have a fantastic, almost the start of your guys' weekend. We could start it a little bit early. You're not going to miss out on too much. The markets are going to be the market. So if you guys want to start your weekend a little bit more early, hey, by all means, nobody's going to get in the way of that. So make sure you guys have some fun. You guys got some good plays. You guys got nothing to worry about. Keep coming back.